Hey everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I'm Peter, that is Connor, and we are going to talk about Lemony Snickets from Netflix, a series of unfortunate events, Season 3, Episode 2. It's called The Slippery Slope, Part 2. I forgot I did that joke the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, but usually you actually do Netflix's.
I know, because I remembered it after I said Lemony Snicket.
Yeah,
It's
you
because,
just ruined the whole thing.
because last episode I did my Carmelita joke, so it never popped up in that one. But here we are. So, part 2, full spoilers as always. On Carmelita, you said last review that you thought that she was going to be done after this two-parter. It was when I was in the thumbnail for the first one that I saw she was not only on the poster, but she was in a matching outfit to Esme, and I went, oh no, she's around. She's sticking around.
It got towards the end of this, and I went, "Holy shit, we're getting a season of Carmelita.
Yeah,
This is the best season."
She's on the team. She's on Team Olaf.
She has replaced all of the hench people.
Outside
She's
of man.
that good.
Yeah, she's replaced the old lady. She's replaced indeterminate gender, and there's another one I'm thinking of. Yeah, tall guy, bald man. Yeah. So Carmelita is on the team now, which is the best news possible. Nothing else really matters. Let's be honest. 10 out of 10.
It's okay. I remembered the joke that I was just saying to people before we listened. I watched this on the bus, and I had to really stop myself from laughing. And I should have known it was a Carmelita line. I should have just known. Before I forget again, because I will. It was when she's getting basically adopted by Olaf and Esme.
Oh yeah, I know the joke.
Yes, and she's like, oh yeah, I got 2 sets more of parents than you orphans, and it just killed me. And I'm there trying not to laugh at an orphan joke on this absolutely packed bus.
No, because there's not a lot of her in this episode. You don't really see her until she's marching up the mountain with the poor leader
There's
carrying
like
all the
one
bags.
shot of her walking in front of a bus.
That's right. Yeah, there is in a flashback. Yeah.
Yeah.
When we're explaining where Quigley's been, and he's been like sort of retracing the steps and trying to find his siblings and his parents, maybe, or not his parents because they're dead, but just find help, find stuff. And yeah, a couple of jokes in this really got me. There's a couple of really specific references at points that kind of broke me. It's when the hench people are kind of quitting because they don't want to kill a baby, and the old ladies, we love you, Olaf, and we'd do anything for love, but then in unison go, but we won't do that, and then walk off. And I just started laughing because it was such a out of nowhere reference to Meatloaf. That, and also when Sonny saves him by saying one word, Rosebud, and then whips out a sled.
That killed me too. Yeah,
and not even just that, it's the fact that he says any final words, and she says Rosebud, because in Citizen Kane, that's his final word.
Yeah, it's very clever, wasn't it?
It's a very clever little joke.
Yeah. It's stuff like that which makes this show just accessible for the family rather than being for the kids.
Yeah, it's very clever in its writing. A lot of the language jokes it has, some of which I'm sure even go over our heads, but they're very smart.
Yeah.
And they play around with things.
I appreciated the meta referencing of the late season retcon for the character background.
Oh yeah, Olaf says that. I'm not interested in your late series backstory.
Yeah. It's like fine, whatever.
Yeah, that was good line. So yeah, I mean the episode is basically the kids now working together with Quigley, climbing a frozen waterfall to get to Sonny. And then Sonny making the choice, no, I don't want to be rescued. I can get information here, because they deduce that, not so much Olaf, although Olaf's been kind of roped into it now by his parents. Which, by the way, Richard E. Grant is the bald one.
Yeah, we forgot to mention.
Oh, I never recognised him in the last one.
Did you not?
No, I recognised the actress, who also amusingly is called Beth Grant. I don't believe there's a relation between them, though. And I just read it on IMDb. I was like, oh, I didn't even, his voice sounded familiar, but
I got it in his voice.
Yeah, maybe I'll see it next episode, but I couldn't see it.
I'll be honest, even though I know it, I'm struggling to see it as much. But in the voice, it's there.
But Sonny's like, no. So there's this plot where they're going to, no, we don't just want the Baudelaire fortune. We want all the fortunes. We're going to kidnap all these orphans, and that's what ends up in the scout team.
Yeah.
and we're going to like burn all their parents alive.
I love when Esme's like, "Are you sure they're all orphans?" It's like they're not yet.
They will be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you know what I like about this? What I like about this in terms of the turn of the story of the overall show is that now the kids are like, no, our mission now is not just to like get out of this. Our mission now is to save other people. It makes them more proactive and more heroic.
They've become volunteers.
They've become volunteers, yes. To use the diction of the show itself, because that's the VFD and everything. Although, I will admit, I was kind of like, when Klaus was reading the fridge and it was like, okay, this jar means this and that jar means that, I was like, alright, okay, stop taking the piss.
I'll allow it.
I mean, I was not complaining, but I'm just like, okay, this is nonsense now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I will say? I will say, not, and again, not a complaint, but every time someone slid down that waterfall, which was clearly instant, should have been instant death because it wasn't sloped at all, but we get both Esme skiing down it, and then later on the kids on the sled.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's instant death. You just hit the bottom and splat.
Yeah. I don't care though. Not in this show.
And they end up sliding down the mountain. Quigley gets left behind, and they get separated.
Hit by a stray branch.
It's almost comical at this point how anyone they meet tends to somehow get separated from them by the end of the two-parter. Like, it's always by the end of the book that they get separated. And we end with our main trio back together again, and it's a submarine comes out of the ice with the VFD
I thought that was
logo.
a really cool moment, because obviously the ice is cracking, and you're thinking, okay, right, the things are looking bad for them.
Actually, it was funny. As soon as I went to the aerial shot and I saw how it was cracking, I thought, I think there's something underneath.
No, fair enough.
I didn't necessarily go to submarine, but
I think what it was is it felt it was cracking when they were coming down the river behind them, right?
Sure, yeah.
So it felt like, to me, it was following, like like they were causing it. Is what it felt like from that effect. So I was still kind of residually left over from that.
Yeah, Sonny's been munching on too many things. So no, I like Sonny's moment as well, where she's like, "No, don't save me. I can do this. I'm not a baby. I'm not a baby anymore." Yeah, she ties up her hair, which was a really sweet moment.
Yeah.
Although I have to laugh because when they got back down the mountain and they're telling Klaus about this, and Klaus is like, "Wait, what? You left her behind?" It's like, "Oh," it's like, "She's not a baby anymore." I'm like, "Look, she's still a baby. Like, I know she's very capable for a kid her age." I was
shocked that they didn't do. When she says, when Sonny goes, "I'm not a baby anymore," I was 100% expecting, "I'm not a baby anymore. I'm a toddler," and I was a little bit let down that it didn't.
Damn it, Violet! I'm a toddler, not a baby.
Yeah.
And I liked that Olaf's been bossed around by his parents.
Can we talk about how he treats them like parents? And he called them mommy and daddy when they appeared, but they didn't meet him till he was definitely an adult.
Yeah, we see like a quick flashback. But I like that he's kind of like, "No, I don't want to do that," and he just sort of orders his henchmen to do whatever they tell him to do. So cover the baby. The baby's watching this. Cover it. Oh, do I have to go get the volunteers? Why can't the baby do it? This is no job for a baby.
That was when Esme volunteers, of course,
and
they're very impressed with Esme.
And she has to get dressed in this ridiculous red outfit to do so.
Yeah, what was the line that when she's skiing down and they see her? It's not.
That looks like fire. It's not fire. It's fashion.
Yeah. I kind of grinned.
Yeah, no, that was good. Them climbing back up the mountain with Esme in tow, also pretty amusing. Just a lot of little moments like that.
Some really nice dramatic moments in this episode, though. Yeah,
this one was more dramatic than it was funny, actually. I mean, there was obviously, we've mentioned some great funny lines, but it was definitely leaning towards more dealing with the plot than anything else. But I was so delighted because obviously they trap all the kids, and they have the birds come in and like fly the kids away.
I don't think we even mentioned the eagles last episode.
Yeah, there's these eagles come in and they fly away with the kids because there's like a tarp on the mountain ground, and they just carry them off. It's ridiculous as hell, but it's delightful. And Carmelita is just like, "Whoa, that's amazing." She's just in awe of it. And then Esme's like, because she says something like, "Oh, because they're like, oh, who do we keep alive for the fortune? And she's like, oh, keep Klaus alive because then he can take his glasses off and watch his face smash into things. And then Esme's like, oh, I like you. Do you want to join us? And Olaf's like, hey, maybe we should talk about that first.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
How long till Esme realizes that this is, you know, the little girl that Olaf was referring to?
Next episode.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be. I hope that's a moment that happens.
Yeah. Them being partners in crime does sound delightful. Carmelita actually being an antagonist now and not just like this weird third party.
Yeah.
I think should prove most delightful.
Yeah.
I am pleased.
We can finally go full Carmelita.
And you always go full Carmelita.
You do. You always do.
You always
Netflix knows this.
Do you know what's funny? If you go to the IMDb, there's like photos from the red carpet or whatever of like all the cast, right? She's not really ginger, by the way. That's additional villainy attire.
Yeah, I bet it is.
But I laugh because like on the red carpet, the pose the actress is doing, she looks just as devious in real life as she does as Carmelita. She's got the hand on the hip and she's just got this evil smile, and I'm like, you're going to have so many ex-husbands when you grow up. It's not even funny.
Oh man.
Oh dear. Delightful as per usual. Oh, as mentioned, Hookman of course saves because he throws the cage off, but they've covered it. And when he volunteers, you're like, oh, he took her out first. Like
yeah, because he vanishes off pretty early when they're like throw the baby off.
Yeah. And then he does that, but of course Sonny, because there's actually a moment where Klaus and Violet think she's dead, like actually think Sonny's dead.
Yeah, it's kind of dark.
Yeah. And they're like really heartbroken, and I thought, man, this could get really. If this goes for a while with them not knowing that she's actually alive, like Klaus wasn't really happy that Violet left her up there.
Yeah, and you have Violet's guilt to deal with.
Yeah, like I was like, man, this could actually get really dark depending on how. Now you see her, obviously they see her quite quickly, but you know, it was for a moment there. It was like, whoa, this get dark. We should mention, Kit's still running around. She gets back to the city with Poe. And she has Jacques' cab. Also, I finally realised I know this actress from.
Oh,
she was in Get Out. She was the trap.
Ah.
Do you know what it is? She doesn't have a fringe, and it is amazing how much of a fringe or bangs, depending on what you call them, how that makes, because it's very like, see Zoe Deschanel, see when you see her without the bangs, she's unrecognizable, and I think this is the same thing.
You know when people, she Zoe Deschanel is the example. You know when people go, Clark Kent could never just use glasses and a change of hairstyle to as a disguise, and then you see Zoe Deschanel, change your hairstyle, your glasses. It's like, who are you?
Yeah, no, proof that it works. Yeah. So we have this evil plot because when they're driving back into the city, we hear about the fires because Poe's on the phone, and we get this aerial shot of like just all these buildings burning around the city. So it's getting quite big. The stakes are getting epic. There's people to save. The adults may already be dead, but I mean they can save the kids potentially.
Yeah, definitely.
So no, it was an enjoyable episode.
It was. Do you know one of my favorite little moments actually?
Go on.
Is so it's Violet and Quigley climbing up the waterfall, and they stop for a moment on the ledge and have a little chat, and there's a little moment between them.
And this is a Snicket saying, you know what, I'm going to respect her privacy and not tell you what happened on that.
Yeah,
moment.
I thought that was a real like sweet little moment of being like, you know what, we don't need to show that, it's fine.
Yeah, maybe they kissed, maybe they held hands, maybe they whatever.
It's kind of more effective though, isn't it? It's like, well, we don't need to, because there's a danger of it if you show it. It's like, oh, it's this soppy kid romance, right? And it's like, well, it doesn't matter now because it's just there's no need to worry about that.
It means something to her, and that's all that really matters. And us not seeing it removes any risk of it's kid romance or whatever.
Yeah, and because obviously without Snicket as a device, you'd have to kind of just cut away from that, and you would assume that we saw everything that happened at that point. And unless there was some smart dialogue to indicate otherwise, but doing it this way kind of really highlighted that no, they had a moment. They sat there for a while, but we're just not going to mention it.
Yeah. And it's actually, this is the first time they hear of his existence to an extent, right? Because they pick up the thing that's got it says El Snicket on it.
I'm trying to remember if Jacques mentioned him at any point. I don't know.
I don't know if he did. Because they go, who's that? So I assume they've not heard. Because otherwise they may have. They say, oh, L Snicket, Lemony Snicket. You know.
Yeah, maybe.
Because at one point they also, because I guess Jacques' initials, they see, you know, GAS and they're like, oh, Jacques Snicket. So
yeah,
if they're making that leap, I feel like if they'd heard of Lemony, they'd have thought of that.
no, it's possible. Yeah, I just I can't remember them mentioning it. You know, Jacques mentioning it, but
Also, Violet made ice climbing boots with forks.
why not?
and pickaxes with candelabra
Yeah, the hook
sticks. Yeah,
the hook
hooks,
stands. Yeah.
Joe what's to say about that is I look at those things and go, I almost buy it.
I know. It's I don't know what it was. Usually the inventions are just like, yeah, whatever, right?
Yeah.
This time I don't know. I don't actually think it would work, obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It looked just plausible enough that all right, sure, you MacGyvered that one. I'll let it go.
Yeah. Better MacGyver than MacGyver. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, didn't really need to be said, did it?
Well, it didn't, but I'm throwing it out there anyway. So yes. So we'll be back with the next episode of the Carmelita show. Day after tomorrow, so look forward to that. First part of the next story, I'm excited to see where it goes. Stakes are high. Best character on the show is sticking around, so things are good. Life is good.
Things are looking up, right? And you know, I was already pretty excited for this season because this show's great. But yeah, more Carmelita. What more can I ask for?
So let us know what you thought of this episode in the comments below. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Get us on the Twitters at mailed_fuzz for channel updates. If you want to support the show and the channel and everything we do here, you can head over to patreon.com/mailedfuzztv, and you can do it over there for as little as $1 per month. Give us just a small fraction of your Baudelaire fortune, which reminded me of a joke I wanted to bring up, actually, that I really liked. At one point, when I try to convince Olaf that no, there's other things to steal, that this obsession with the Baudelaires is ridiculous, they say the Baudelaire's fortune is small potatoes, and then Olaf goes, "No, I'm pretty sure it's a pail of money."
Yeah. It's a large one.
I really laugh. But yeah, that's us. So thank you very much once again for watching or listening. We always appreciate it. Keep watching TV. Have you got any vanilla? Cake sniffers.